Hello, everybody. You know what I sound like normally when I'm on the floor of my bathroom. You know what it sounds like when I'm at my desk in my studio overlooking public urination moments in the alley behind my apartment. So you've pretty much heard it all, but you haven't heard me sitting on the floor of a little girl's bedroom. And that's where I am right now, in the heart of the city of Chicago. How you doing? Happy Thursday. I'm traveling again. You know, I've said it before. I'm going to say it again. I'll say it until the day I die. I don't like traveling. It's annoying. It's just not my thing. I've said it to every single friend I've ever had that if I were single, that's the last thing I would put on my little profile online. Likes to travel. That would be an indicator that me and that other person is not going to get along if they like to travel. Because I just don't want to. I just want to be home all the time. I like to be home. It's comfortable to me. However, I love being at my friend Eric's house, and that's where I am. My friend, he's known to me as Eric. He changed his name later in life to E. Tyler Lindvall. I like to make fun of him for that. That's his writer's name. You can check him out on Twitter. I'm going to put a link to his Twitter page. It's at ShopStarNation. You can also check out selections of his writing on one of his websites. He wrote a book, and his first novel is called Petard the Donkey, and it's one of my favorite books. And it's still unpublished. So if anyone's interested and is listening to this podcast, let me know, and I will put you in touch with E. Tyler Lindvall. He also has a wonderful piece that was came out in The Believer in 2004 about his shower chair. Eric lost his leg in an accident several years ago, and he's been going strong ever since. And this is about, you know, when he travels to be with us, Billy and I always have a shower chair for him. You know, it's not easy. Imagine him being on crutches and then getting into a shower. The shower chair helps. Eric can do it without it, but why would we want him to? So I want to give a special shout out to really one of the greatest people I've ever known in the history of my life, my friend Eric and his wonderful wife Jenny and their child K-How. Hi, KK. I love you, and I can't wait to draw with you some more. I brought KK lots of little art supplies. You know, I've noticed kids love art supplies. I don't care. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong, but it seems like there's no kid that isn't happy with an extra set of markers and a little sketch pad. And they just love it. I mean, I guess even my brother, who was the most active physically kid ever, he still loved that stuff. I don't even know why I'm talking about this. Let's move on. Since I'm in Chicago, I wanted to read a Chicago poet, and I couldn't think of exactly who I wanted to read. And then I remembered Gwendolyn Brooks lived in Chicago most of her life. Gwendolyn Brooks was born in 1917. She lived a long, wonderful life, lived until the year 2000. She's the first black author to win the Pulitzer Prize. That was in 1950. She was also the poet laureate of the state of Illinois. I believe she was the first black woman to hold that position. The poem I'm going to be reading, I don't know, I guess I'm here with my friend's kid, and I'm thinking about being young and from the Midwest. And this poem is perfect. This is from if you get Gwendolyn Brooks selected poems, this is a Harper perennial modern classic. This book, and I'll put the link so that you can check it out or buy it as usual. This poem is called A Song in the Front Yard. I've stayed in the front yard all my life. I want to peek at the back, where it's rough and untended and hungry weed grows. A girl gets sick of a rose. I want to go in the backyard now, and maybe down the alley to where the charity children play. I want a good time today. They do some wonderful things. They have some wonderful fun. My mother sneers, but I say it's fine, how they don't have to go in at 8:45. My mother, she tells me that Johnny May will grow up to be a bad woman, that George will be taken to jail soon or late. On account of last winter, he sold our back gate. But I say it's fine, honest I do, and I'd like to be a bad woman too, and wear the brave stockings of night black lace and strut down the streets with paint on my face. There you go, everybody. I don't know. I could say a million things about that, but rather than get too specific, I do want to say that I love weeds. I always have. When I used to own a house, I remember anytime people would start weeding, like anyone who was like in charge of the lawn, or Billy would weed, or my parents would come and notice weeds and pull them up and, in my opinion, ruin it. I don't understand. I just really don't understand. And how I understand that they're called weeds because they grow a certain way, but the way they grow is amazing. I just don't. Anyway, this is why I don't want a yard. This is why I don't have a yard anymore, because I just don't understand this whole concept of weeding. This is a big thing with me. Don't even get me started on how much I hate home ownership. But anyway, a lot of the sentiment in this poem, I feel it. I feel it very deeply now as an adult, and I did as a kid too. I want to thank some people. I got another review, and I've gotten a lot of, star ratings on iTunes. I'm up to, I'm around 70 5-star reviews. I'm on a winning streak here, and I was afraid to even say it, but I know I'm going to fall hard at one point and start getting some haters on there. So I just want to say thank you. You guys really make me feel good. The newest review is from GMC Sporkle, and he or she said, "If you told me last year that I'd be crying in my car about poetry, I would have laughed in your face. Robin's show is cathartic and funny. I love her every show." Thank you, GMC. I like you. I like your name. I like everything about you, and I want you to keep crying. It's okay to cry, especially in a car. Man, I was with a group of people the other night, and pretty much I guess there was about 12 of us, and every single person was talking about their relationship with being in their car and how it's a safe haven for things like crying and thinking and getting away and taking a nap and stuffing your face with disgusting fast food in private so no one sees you, listening to the songs you want to listen to. And I couldn't agree more. So GMC, you're crying wherever you live. I'm crying in my car wherever I live. Oh, I know where I live. Whoops. Wow, I'm tired. You guys, I got a lot to do. If you happen to be in Chicago tomorrow night, that's Friday, March 18th, from 5 to 8, I have an opening at Western Exhibitions. That's at 845 West Washington Boulevard. It's on the second floor. This is a show called The Lost Show. This is a lot of work from a really rough time in my life, both personally and artistically. So these are a lot of these kind of missing link pieces that didn't quite make the cut in the past for other shows. And Scott Spey, who runs Western Exhibitions, took me up on my weird plan to have a show of these pieces that are really one-offs and are really sit strange with themselves and with me. So I don't know. Let's see what we think. You guys can check that out. I'll put a link to the gallery. Wow, I got to take a breath. That was all really quick and dirty here on my friend KK's floor. I love you guys. Thank you so much for listening. The next time I talk to you, I will be back home in Los Angeles. Have a wonderful weekend. Take care of yourselves. Be good to each other. Be good to yourself. Bye-bye.